All right. Let's talk about some more furry drama. I don't know if this is really drama per se, but it's something that everyone is talking about this week and will probably be the main point of contention on furry Twitter till whenever the next thing happens. So hey, the furry drama of the week. Let's talk about furry conventions being 21 plus, or at least just one. For those that don't know, the furry convention known as LVFC, or Las Vegas Furry Convention, just finished up a few weeks ago, and even though I didn't attend, from what friends told me, it was an amazing time. Whether it's because the area it's located in being Las Vegas, or because the furry convention itself started as an 18+ convention. Supposedly, that's been in high demand for a while now, a furry convention that caters to adult audiences, that is strictly for those who are 18 or older. But LVFC tried something different this year, where they made the minimum age requirement in order to attend the con 21 or older. So technically a drinking age furry convention. And supposedly a lot of furries really loved this. A lot of the attendees were really happy that LVFC made this decision to make not only the con for adults only, but for adults 21 or older. And as such, they achieved over 2,000 attendees this last year. But after the con chairs and staff members got together and put together a little newsletter for the rest of the fandom. And this letter pretty much started the furry drama that everyone is talking about on furry Twitter this week. Either way, the letter reads as follows. Dear members of the Las Vegas FurCon community, the Southern Nevada Anthropomorphic Events Board of Directors met on Sunday, April 14th to discuss LVFC's future as an event and a community. That is quite the name though, Southern Nevada Anthropomorphic Events Board of Directors. I kinda want that title. After consideration of arguments from each side, the board decided LVFC shall remain a 21+ convention indefinitely. Initially approved as a one-year experiment for 2024, there are several benefits to being a 21+ event. It greatly reduces the cost of running the event due to less liability, allowing us to spend any extra proceeds improving the attendee experience. It enhances our negotiating power in a city which caters greatly to a 21+ audience at a time when we are hungry for increased event and hotel space. It allows us to fill a niche that, to our knowledge, no other US convention does, and is something 75% of respondents in our polls support. Ultimately, this is a decision that can best serve the event, its interests, and the interests of our attendees. We are aware of how this decision is likely disappointing to furs under 21, many of whom are locals. Unfortunately, it is not always possible to have a one-size-fits-all solution to a variety of valid concerns, and this decision was made after weighing the costs and benefits of all our options. LVFC and SNAE continue to strive towards eventually creating all-ages events and spaces in the Valley, as we feel furs of every age deserve a space in their local community to call home. In the meantime, LVFC staff shall continue to work on maintaining and improving our convention so that it remains in the future for all to enjoy. We extend our thanks to all attendees, present and future, from across the country and the world for their support. Okay, so LVFC is going forward with being a 21+ con. And honestly, I see this as a great thing. And if you look at the replies in the tweet that they put together, there are so many furries celebrating this and so happy that this is staying a thing for the event. And the main reason why, which they even say in this letter here, there has been a very high demand for an 18+ furry convention for a long time now. They even said like 75% of respondents support that idea, or have wanted a niche convention experience like that within the furry community. I'll even say it, I've wanted to see what an 18+ adult-only convention is like. We've seen little tastes of it here and there within other furry conventions that are for all ages, where they've had a set curated event for one evening for adults only, like night markets or after dark events. We've seen it start pretty much with Further Confusion, FC, where they had the night market. I think it's like Saturday evening, a certain point. I think it's like 9 or 10 p.m. where there's like a designated area just for the adult attendees of the con to dress up in whatever appropriate attire they would like to enjoy the adult space of the con. We've seen other furry conventions adopt this sort of idea. TFF this last year did an after dark night market rodeo event. Even FWA, one of the biggest furry conventions, has had a night market going for the past few years. And the last year that I went, it was really fucking cool. It was really good. It was like a night and day difference from the year prior to that. But from this statement, even though a lot of furries, at least, you know, friends of mine, are very happy and celebrating this, I can tell there are some furries that aren't really a fan of this either. Granted, I haven't really seen those tweets or support for the opposite of it, of like, oh, LVFC should be an all-ages con. The only thing I've really seen are some furries who have wanted to attend LVFC, who were looking forward to doing so, who weren't 21 at the time, but were like 20. They were like just at the cutoff, and they were turning 21 literally after the con happened. I've been there with that. I understand the frustration. It's a very small demographic, but it's still something that was taken into account even in the statement that they put out. But I'm digressing from the point. The drama of this whole argument that started is about the rise of 18 plus or 21 plus furry conventions. You know, is it a good or bad thing? I guess that's the drama. I know there's like two sides to it. There are furries who support it and who are happy that it's happening, and furries who are disappointed by it, feeling like it might be separating furry conventions from being an all-inclusive experience. Because for those that don't know, most, if not all, furry conventions in the last few years have been all ages conventions, where they're family friendly, they're for all ages. Of course, if you're under 18, you have to have a chaperone, parent, guardian for you to attend the con, get a badge, so on and so forth. But most furry conventions in the past few years have been for all ages. And so as such, there hasn't really been much support from cons, or at least cons in that case, that have been for the adult side of furry. And I know every con is different in how they have their rules for it. Like, some furry conventions want to be a lot more strict about it being a safe for work, family-friendly experience. Some furry conventions, I don't know how they enforce it, but most, I feel like, do it in a matter where at a certain point in the evening, then it's allowed for more provocative attire or adult-leg attire in the con space, like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. onward. That's when, like, the raves, the dances are going on, where, like, furries dress up in whatever they like, obviously appropriately, and enjoy sort of the after dark adult event. Now, does that mean that furries are going around con spaces whipping out their dick? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's what a lot of us want. Even say I'm at an adult-only furry convention and I'm walking around the con, I don't know if I'd necessarily want to see someone whip their dick out on the con space. Now, to quell some of the worries for some of you watching this, I don't think furry conventions are going to start slapping on the 18+ label on their convention so that, you know, attendees under 18 can't attend, especially if they're already for all ages or a safe for work con experience. I think 18+ cons and safe for work cons can coexist. Not at the same time, but certain age demographic events can happen within furry. Like, LVFC is one of the first adult furry conventions out there. Pretty much every other one, unless there's been some change to it and I'm just, you know, I don't keep up with what every furry convention is doing, most of them out there are all ages. All the popular ones, MFF, Anthrocon, FWA, they're all age furry conventions. LVFC, this is just one con that is just 18+ or 21+ in this point that exists now. I think especially with the case of LVFC, it just goes to show that certain areas do have more of an adult audience turnout than otherwise. I think it's absolutely fitting that LVFC is 18+ or 21+ in this case, because it's in Las Vegas especially. Now, I don't think LVFC and the support for this con is going to start the downfall of all ages furry conventions or safe for work furry conventions in this case. I think both can exist. If anything, more furry conventions are being made every year or every few months or so. Everyone has their own vibe or environment that they're looking for with a furry convention, and they'll either attend it or not attend it as such. At the end of the day, just attend the furry convention you would like. You could have some very strong opinions on it. I think that's important. Seeing all these strong opinions for support for LVFC is very good to see. But either way, I wanted to talk about this today. Thought it'd be some good food for thought for the future. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. But either way, that's about going to do it for me for this one. Have a good one. Take care. And yeah, I don't have an outro anymore because I can't say stay life jacket. So bye, guys.